Today the price of gold is getting higher and higher. You know, ups and down. The price of gold today is 42,876.16. Today is January 23rd, which is Tuesday. Per gram is 42. Have you found what you're looking for yet? I hope I could help you to this time. Okay. Now, gold is the world asset, you must remember. How to buy gold in a proper way? It's really very simple if you have a capital. It's really very simple. As a gold trader, you need to have a standby capital. And you pay what you are buying, really. Gold is a financial insurance. Gold is your protection shield against inflation. Why this money have no value? Because there is no gold reserve. The central bank cannot print money if you don't have a gold reserve. Why the money inflated? Lack of gold reserve. This paper money, if there is no gold reserve in the bank, it wouldn't print it out. Why the central bank keep on printing money? Because the commodity is getting higher. When the price of gold is high, the commodity is high. The food is high. The petrol would be high if the gold price goes up, because they are based on the commodities, right? So let's talk about gold, how you are able to get gold from the miner. Miner live in West Africa. Gold has a huge deposit in West Africa. West Africa is a huge continent. They have gold, coffee, gas, iron, and cocoa, coffee, etc. God give that country wealth. This shower wealth and gold to that country in order for them to mines. They are rich on natural resources. So, if you don't have the money, you wouldn't be able to get gold. I'm telling you. Every day I had a conference from different brokers, different gold trader, from different part of the world like Dubai, Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Philippines, Istanbul, United States, Europe, France, Germany, and Switzerland. They come to me because they saw my virtual page and video, which I did explain. I'm the one who brought this live video conference. I was the one who brought this proper procedure. That this is not my procedure. This is a country procedure on how you buy gold. When you buy gold, today we are now on the internet super highway. We are now on the social media. Facebook is the site of marketing. Now I do brought these marketing tools in order to tell the world, hey, there is gold in Africa. I've been to West Africa. I was asked to travel by the owner of the gold because they hired me as a marketing consultant and mandate internationally. I'm based in Australia. I am not a broker because a broker keep on floating around. I don't float around. I'm here to tell you that we are the seller. My seller have gold. Come to Conakry, Guinea, the land of plenty. My seller have 10 concessions. My seller produce gold and diamond. And I'm asking you, how are you able to get the gold if you don't have capital? Yeah, if you don't have the money. Standby, if you don't have proof of fund, you wouldn't be able to get gold because my seller would not entertain you. Okay? Now, I'm explaining you now, live, via YouTube. And after you listen to this lady, on the bottom below, there is a link. I put my name, telephone number, and address, and the link and the procedure called the full corporate offer. We no longer keep sending full corporate offer. You just have a look, and then when you're ready, then that is the time you send a letter of intent on your company letterhead. Let's proceed how you're able to get. First of all, you send me a letter of intent, attention to Wilhelmina, on your company letterhead, because I'm the one who will validate you. I'm the one who will advise my seller to proceed or not to proceed. Now, this is not my procedure. This is a country that you are able to follow the terms and conditions of that country and the seller. My seller has a license to mine. My seller is an exporter for 20 years now. This is run by the family. They own the land. They mine. They have 100 workers. Okay? They dig gold and diamond to market. They hired Wilhelmina to handle the sales. I am an extension online virtual office in Australia. My job is to educate you. My job is to receive your order. My job is to explain to you. My job is to help you on how to secure gold. Now, as I've said to you, I am as international sales, marketing, and mandate of the seller. I handle Conakry and Bamako. Now, every day I receive a seller, Wilhelmina, please include me to be part of your marketing. I will, because buyers have a demand. Buyer want to buy gold in Cameroon. Buyer wants to buy gold in Sierra Leone. Buyer wants to buy gold in Kenya. Buyer wants to buy gold in Tanzania. Buyer wants to buy gold in Bamako. I am here to educate you. But buy to us, I will help you. If you want to buy in Conakry, it's very simple. Number one, you already watched this lady. You send me a letter of intent on your company letterhead. Right. There, Wilhelmina, I saw you on YouTube and I read your full corporate offer. I want to travel to Conakry. That is fine. It's very simple. Number one, as I've said to you, you send a letter of intent. You need to state what carat purity you are looking for. What are you intent? Because gold has many uses. Either you're going to make gold coins to make into bitcoins. Bitcoins today is very popular. Where that bitcoins coming from? From us, from my seller's land. We are selling dust gold and doribar. It's a raw materials. Without the doribar, you wouldn't be able to get bitcoins. Without the doribar, you wouldn't be able to get to make into gold coins, to make into jewelry, to make into industrial, to make into spare parts. Gold has many uses, you must remember. If you are really wise buyer and pay attention, everything is on my Facebook and virtual page. Picture to picture, video to video, explanation, and you will no longer be deceived. This time, 2018, in the previous year, I was even deceived. I was being screwed. Yes, buyers say, oh, Wilhelmina, I don't like to deal with Wilhelmina. Scam, scam. I think you don't understand what is this scam. Scam means you lied before. You cut corner. You lied, you deceive yourself, you manipulate. And you manipulate us. And I was also naive in the beginning. 2011, we were being cheated by Anwar Sanwar. We were being cheated by Eric Blasco. My seller and me was being cheated. Today, there would be no cheating anymore. Because I am going to reveal everything. I'm going to discourage you guys not to cut corner. I would like to discourage you. Do not accept cheap offer because there is an export tax on that. There is a value added tax. You cannot take the gold out of the country without export documentation. You cannot. So first of all, you need to send me a letter of intent. As I've said to you many times, that you need to send a letter of intention and proof of fund, your bank statement. Do not be scared, because your proof of fund will not go anywhere. It will only go to my seller and me, because I am protecting my seller's identification and I'm also protecting you. But if you deal with broker to broker, your information will be floated around to different brokers. I'm telling you. Why? I receive a lot of sanitation. I even don't bother. Asking CIF stand for cost, insurance, and freight only. How about paying the gold? You are going to leverage, you're going to get the gold without any payment. You want the seller to pay the shipment cost, it wouldn't work at all. Therefore, you are not a buyer, you are a smuggler. You teach my seller to smuggle it. You teach my seller to bring that to Dubai. And then when the gold arrived in Dubai, then you're going to murder my seller. It happened December 5. My seller's friend, Mr. CDB, was murdered in Dubai. Was poisoned by Indian Pakistani. So I'm telling you now. So in Sierra Leone as well, he brought the gold to Dubai. He was been given a drink and he fell asleep. His 25 kilos has been stolen in the room. Another seller as well in Bamako, his gold has been stolen. Yeah? So this is a very dangerous business. Today, 2018, I decided to brought this live. I decided to discourage you as a smuggler. If you going to smuggle, meaning to say you don't have the money, meaning to say you are a gold launderer, meaning to say you are thieves, you don't need to do that. If you want this precious mineral, you pay. There is no upfront here. Gold has a value added tax. Everybody has to declare that. The seller is going to pay taxes to his country that is going to export to you. And when you bring the gold to your destination, you pay importation tax. You're going to say, well, Amina, I'm going to buy gold with no upfront fee. I don't think so. Gold is money. Yeah. You have to pay for it. Bank to bank. There is no upfront here. You will be invited. You need to come to the gold. The gold will not come to you. The gold will not brought to you to your destination. You are a stranger. We don't know you. We are not going to bring the gold to any country without verification. I am going to verify you. I will ask your business license. I will ask your importation license. I will ask the address of the refinery whom the refinery will receive it and the proof of fund. It's very, very simple. So you come to Wilhelmina, right? Then you understand what are you intend to buy. You must remember today Bitcoin is very, very popular. Where the Bitcoin coming from? From the miners. They buy from the miners and then they're going to refine into gold coins and then they're going to sell it to you. If I were you, it's better to buy physical gold bar from us. You will get the profit, handsome profit. Because the price of gold today is 42. Bitcoin, you invest 5,000, 1,000, you get the profit. Yes, you will. Buy direct from us, you will get more profit. You buy physical because one bar you can make into gold coins, you can make into jewelry, you can make into industrial spare part. You sell it to your own customer. You buy as a wholesale. Just like my seller is a warehouse. I'll give you an example why this gold is very mysterious. The seller is just like a warehouse. He produced gold, right? Tons of gold. And Wilhelmina said, and then he said, Wilhelmina, here is now the production. So I marketed the product from the warehouse because I am the extension of the seller. So I'm telling the world that we are the seller. We have available gold to produce by the seller. And you as a trader, you are going to buy from us with the discount. And then when you resell it, you will get handsome profit. We'll talk about discount when you come for conference. Right? Because on my Facebook, everything has been well explained. I'm just telling you because I just have a conference from Buyer's Mandate. He came to Conakry. He didn't get gold. I didn't even entertain them. The buyer was there in Conakry for 1 week, 5 days to 7 days. He couldn't find gold because the seller would not touch. One buyer, 5 brokers. How the broker service the buyer? Because the seller would not deal with brokers, chain of brokers. They come to me and I told them, okay, how could I help you guys? Oh, well, Amina, the buyer is in Conakry. Well, let the buyer talk to me. I will interview the buyer. Just like when you apply for a job, you will be interviewed. And if you meet the criteria of the company, you will be hired. Exactly the same buying gold. If you meet the criteria of the seller, you will get the supply. Very, very simple logic, really. But I don't know why these brokers are not helping the buyer. They're helping themselves. You cannot help yourself unless the buyer and the seller understand each other. You cannot even get commission. You're going to say, how much is my commission? I don't know. I don't even know your buyer. I don't know if the buyer has money to pay. How are you going to get the commission? Simple as that. So you as a broker, you have no idea what you're doing online. You have no idea at all. You are just thinking about your commission. Your eyes is bigger than $1. You're not helping your buyer. I am here to help both buyers and sellers instead. That's why the seller hired me. And then you're going to say, oh, well, I mean, it's hard to deal with. No, I'm not hard to deal with. You just follow that the seller's terms and conditions. It's very simple. I am not the owner of the gold. I am here to market. I am here to follow the instructions of the seller. And then you're going to say, oh, when the broker mentioned my name, they run away. Why are you running away? So therefore, you are not a buyer. Because if I am the buyer, I will not run away from Wilhelmina. Because I want to buy the gold. I want to know if I really get the gold. Because I have the money to pay. Something like that. Yeah, if you're a buyer, really, you don't need to deal with brokers because we are now on the internet superhighway. You just search on Google's, you just search on YouTube, you just search on Facebook. Everything is on there. If you're lazy, then you float around. Then you will be offered the cheap price. You wouldn't be able to get gold out of the country because there is a value-added tax on that. Our price is tax inclusive. You don't need to pay taxes. The seller does. How? As I've said to you, you state that on your letter of intent. How many quantity you need, what carat and the purity, and which destination, and which is the name of the refinery. Simple as that. Then we will respond to your letter of intent. Right? Then we will send you the form because Wilhelmina will gather your information. Your company name, address, telephone, Skype, and email. Your banking details, your manager, your refinery address, the contact of the refinery, the website. Then we will put that on the contract. We will send that to you directly as the buyer. Then you will see the seller's information, banking detail, etc. And the buyer's information has to be protected between the buyers and the seller. Wilhelmina is here to protect both buyers and sellers' information. But if you're dealing with broker to broker, your information would be floating around. We don't do business like that. We don't. I have to protect my seller's information and also the buyer's information. Yes. And if you're really buyer's mandate, come to me. Let's talk about it. We don't send SKR. Because SKR, you can resell it, you can float around and then you solicit buyer. We don't do that anymore. No. I have the SKR, but I would not float around because I need to interview the buyer. You need to travel, buyer. You need to be invited, Mr. Buyer. You don't need to bring money. Make sure you have a standby capital in your bank account because when you're going to be on the ground, you will taste the gold. You pay the $50 per kilo to that local refinery because you are going to use the facility. You are going to be given an assay report that the gold is, the purity and the carat will be stated on the assay report. And if you are really smart, you buy a gold analyzer. You double check before you pay bank to bank. Does that make sense now? It's really very simple. If you are paying attention to me, watching in front of you, to me it's really very simple. Nobody taught me. Nobody explained. The seller would not explain like this. I was the one who brought this. I was the one who explained. I expanded so that you will not be misled because I was in West Africa. You can see the full corporate offer of the seller is really very vague. I am the one who explained to you so that when you travel, you already know what you are buying. No such broker explaining like this, just like an elementary. I've been in marketing for 36 years, buying and selling exactly the same. As a marketer, I need to know the product knowledge. I am expert on the product knowledge. Very simple. Gold is a product. Gold is money. Gold has a chemical element. So therefore, you are buying the Dory bar. Tell me, what are you intend to use? Either you make into jewelry, you only need 1,000 kilograms in 1 bar. And if you want to buy to make into jewelry or spare parts, you only need 14 carats. The gold that we are selling is from 22.52 plus, 23 plus. The purity is from 94, 96, 97. Yeah, just tell us what are you intend to use. You're gonna say, well, Amina, I'm buying gold to make into jewelry. Yeah, you need 1 bar, 1,000 kilograms. When you smelt it and make into jewelry, fine, perfect. But if you're going to make into gold bullion, it's another scenario. We will give you 1.2, maximum 1.3. The price of gold today per gram is $42 per gram. Per kilo is 42,876.16. Let's say if you're gonna make into gold bullion, the 42 per gram, remove that 800, 42 per gram times 1,000 kilograms. That is $42,000, right? Now we will give you, if you want to make into gold bullion, we will give you, let's say, maximum of 1.3. 1.3 times 42. I remove the 876. So you already get the profit. 42,000. That is 54,600. The value. But because you're a first timer, we were based on the world market, which is 42,876. You understand now? We give you extra of 200 grams or 300 grams. That is money. Per gram is 42. So we are giving you extra because we don't know how much the gold will shrink if you're gonna make into gold bullion. Right. If we're gonna sell to you 54,600 in 1.3, then it's a Wilhelmina. Do you think I'm gonna get the profit? Of course you will get the profit. We will give you the price based on the world market, 42,876. We will give you 42,000 per, the world market is 42. We will give you the discount. Okay, 42 less than 1,000 kilogram, less 10%, minus 42. You get the profit of 3,780. Now let's talk about the profit. Don't bank on it because the price of gold is volatile, is ups and down. Your profit is 3,780 per gram, per kilo. If you're gonna buy to start 20 kilos or 50, okay, you per bar, your profit is 3,780 times 50 kilos. Let's say 50 kilos. Your profit is really substantial. 3,780 per kilo times 50. Your profit is 189,000 already on the total 50 kilos. Now we are giving you on 42,000 times 10% minus 42. We're giving you 37,000 on 1 kilo, right? So times 50 kilos, that is 18,900,000. Do you have that 18,900,000? So therefore, you're gonna say, well, Amina, I want to buy gold, but I want to make a down payment. That's fine. You make a down payment of 50%. Okay, times 50%. You make a down payment of 945,000. Cash bank to bank. Then the 50% payment on the final assay. That is fair. Why? The seller will declare that to his government to pay taxes out of your deposit. Yeah. And your payment will be cleared 3 working days, bank to bank, because of money laundering and gold laundering. So you don't have 18,900,000, so you make a down payment of 50%. Then the seller will secure the export documentation. After your payment, down payment, been cleared, right? Okay, the seller will travel together with you because you have not paid the 50%. The seller will secure the certificate of origin because he cannot take the gold out of the country without certificate of origin. Then the gold has to be free illegal activities and the free of child labor. Then the copy of export license. Then the airway bill, the insurance, the custom clearance, the gold. The seller has to insure that gold. You never know, you might default the payment. And when the seller come to your destination, we will ask you guarantee that the seller has to arrive safely and the seller's representative has to come home alive. Because my seller's comrade from Conakry was been poisoned in Dubai. So today we need to ask you full guarantee because when you come to Conakry or in Bamako, the seller will guarantee your safety as well. So vice versa. Does that make sense? So therefore, you don't have 18 million 50 kilos, 37,000. Okay, 37,000. We're selling you 37,000 times 50. But you don't have 18 million 500. Do you have 18 million 500? Tell me. If you have, show me the proof of fund bank statement. Then we will talk about business. Right? On 1 kilo, 1,000 kilograms will give you 10%. Right? Sometimes my seller will give you maybe 11 or it depends if it's a long term. Take Wilhelmina with you. I will help you to renegotiate. If we are on the ground, Wilhelmina is very, very, very good negotiator. I will ask my seller to give you a flexible because it's a long term. It's a 12 months contract. You will get the profit, handsome profit, and the seller also get the profit margin because he's paying his worker. He's paying the overhead. He's paying Wilhelmina. Yeah. Right. So, if you need Wilhelmina extra service, yes, I would be on the ground with you so that I could help you to negotiate. But if you don't need my extra service, it's fine. Because I'm really going to charge you my airfare and hotel accommodation. What is airfare and hotel accommodation? And if you really get a good deal, make an effort. But if you don't want to spend, it's okay. But if there is an issue, don't ask Wilhelmina. Do not. Because I am not responsible. I already given you free, full details, explanation, step by step. It's up to you to digest. It's up to you to register yourself, back of your head. It's up to you. No such broker explaining to you like this. If you're dealing with broker to broker, you have to expect you pay your broker. Because you're giving the discount. Then we don't pay double dipping. Yeah, we don't. I work for the seller. The seller is paying for my work. I don't need brokers. I don't need chain of brokers. I prefer to deal with you guys as a buyer. I don't need the chain of brokers at all. Because we are now on the internet superhighway. You Google it on YouTube. Gold, you can see live video conference with Wilhelmina. You can see Wilhelmina explaining to you. So you don't need a broker. You don't need. Most of the broker, they come to my virtual page. They copied my information. That is fine. Because they are going to earn $1. I'm willing to pay the referral fee. But not only for referral fee. Not for continuous. But one broker say, oh, Wilhelmina, the buyer will buy long term. Do I have to get the long term? I don't think so. You are given a spottish fee. Be contented. Yeah. Because the seller has his own overhead. The seller has to pay the excavator. You are just sitting down and collecting information out of my Facebook. That is fine. Because that is our full corporate offer. Everybody wants to earn $1. That's fine for me. I'm very kind and generous. But I will handle the deal. I will handle the deal so that I could advise the buyer step by step. If you're a buyer today, you come on Skype, let us meet together. I want to see you. You already meet Wilhelmina. You already send Wilhelmina on YouTube. Now it's about time for me to see you, whether you are really a buyer or not. If the buyer cannot open his camera to me, he's not a buyer. Most of the jokers using WhatsApp. Right. I don't deal WhatsApp. Because brokers using WhatsApp are fictitious. They don't know how to introduce themselves. Hi, hello. My name is not hello. My name is Wilhelmina Ford, right? Okay, this is here. I have so many inquiries on WhatsApp. See? I don't even bother. They're all brokers. People using WhatsApp are brokers. Why not come on Skype? Meet me live. Why are you gonna say hello? My name is not hello. I told you many times. That's why I don't bother to answer on WhatsApp. I don't. I prefer to meet you. Yeah, live on Skype conference, live video conference. That is how business is all about. So, any questions? So after listening to my explanation, below there's a link. You will see everything. You will see my seller live video explanation with gold from the head office to Australia conference. That is how you need Wilhelmina. You need Wilhelmina's extra services. If you are thrifty, well, you wait for the disaster. If you are looking for cheap price, you are waiting for disaster, because gold is not cheap. Gold has a face value. Gold is the life insurance. Gold is the cause of many uses. Gold is a financial insurance. Gold can protect yourself against inflation. So, well, today Bitcoins is very popular. Where are the Bitcoins coming from? Eh? From the raw materials which is produced by the seller. The seller is the miner. He owns the land. The gold is on the land. Right. If I were you, buy physical gold. Buy gold from us. You get more profit than Bitcoins. Yes. Because look at the Bitcoins. I think 2 days ago, the price, they are losing 43%. Right. Because that is multi-level marketing, I think, that Bitcoins. Well, that is business. That's part. You buy gold from us. Gold is solid cash. Gold is money. Yeah, gold is a world asset. Bitcoin is a world gold asset as well. But it's small. They refine the gold from raw materials to Bitcoins. Like this, you buy the coins. But us, you buy 1 bar. Right, 1 bar. You can buy 1 car, the value of the bar. So I hope I understand what I'm saying here. So I think if you're not really paying attention and then you kept on asking, send me the SKR, send me the procedure, to me, really, you are not a buyer. You are not. I have here a broker. Okay, send me an email. Just a minute. He sent me an email asking, just asking me SKR. I responded to this seller, to this buyer, that SKR would not float around. The SKR will only attach on the contract after I gather buyer's information. Because I'm going to gather buyer's information, his business license, his importation license, his passport, his bank statement, before we are going to release the seller's information. I am in control because I have everything, because I work for the seller. I am the extension online virtual office here in Australia. So you don't need to be scared, because I have everything, but I'm not going to release any of my seller's information at all. If you want to buy gold in Conakry, yes, we will give you what you're asking for. If you want to buy gold in Bamako, yes, I have a sellers in Bamako. Every buyer have a choice. The buyer want to buy gold in Cameroon, fine. The buyer wants to buy gold in Conakry, most welcome. The buyer wants to buy gold in Sierra Leone, that is more welcome. The buyer wants to buy gold in Bamako, the 3rd largest gold producer, the most welcome. So I am here to listen to your needs. I am here where to put you, Conakry or in Bamako. Now you're gonna say, Wilhelmina, I'm here in Bamako. I couldn't find gold. Well, you have a problem really, because you are not invited. Maybe you've been dealing with so many fake sellers. That gold in Bamako, most of the gold are mined illegally, because Bamako is the third largest gold producer in West Africa. There is one company from Western Australia is in Bamako. There is one big company in Bamako called KMR, run by Italian group of company. They are there in Bamako creating employment. So the government giving them tax incentive. Why are they in Bamako? Tell me. This mining company in Western Australia, they are there in Bamako. They bring gold back to Australia because they have an investors, the bank. The bank is investing to dig gold, to make into gold bullion. What? You are a small trader, buy and sell. We can provide you that, provided you are really a true buyer, provided you have a financial capacity to pay. If you want to buy gold to make into gold bullion, use KMR. But you need to test the gold first to the local refinery of my seller's gold. After that, you pay cash bank to bank. Then the seller, that is the time he will bring the gold to KMR to make into gold bullion. I called KMR on how to make into gold bullion. On 20 kilos to refine into gold bullion 99.99, it will take 18 kilos and 750 grams. How do I know? I called the KMR. I called Jitro. Yes, to make the 24 kilos, to make into gold bullion 20 kilos. Yes, come to Conakry, the gold is high purity. The gold is 96.6% purity. And every bar have a different purity and different carats. It's up to you as a buyer. It's up to you. There was a buyer in Conakry already. I turned it down. I turned it down because my salary instruction, he would not allow me to entertain buyers on the ground without invitation, without validation, which is correct. That is the reason why 5 brokers on the ground in Conakry failed to get. So my advice, I told the buyer, the broker, let your buyer get out on Conakry first. Then go back to the country, and then there's a time they will be invited. And the buyer said, oh, why should I go back? Well, let the buyer talk to me then. I told this broker, I want to see the buyer's business license and the proof of fund, bank statement. And I want to talk to the buyer. Then I might be able to help. But the 5 brokers, they're scared to let their buyer talk to me because they're scared of their circumvention. Well, that's not my problem. If you're working with your buyer, you need to have an agreement with your buyer because your buyer paying your commission, not me, not us, not my seller. My seller is paying my work. I don't need you guys. Really, I don't need brokers at all because we are now on the internet superhighway. I brought this everything so that the buyer see what they are buying, so that the buyer would not be frustrated. I don't need chain of brokers really, to be honest with you, because buyer knows how to search gold. You go on Google's, buyer can see Wilhelmina. This is what I'm looking for. I'm going to buy gold and diamond. The diamond manifest is online already. The pricing, the baby is one, the color, etc. I just want to know who you are. I just want to know if you are really a buyer. One chain of brokers says, I meet chain of brokers in coffee club here in Brisbane. So they are a buyer. They're gonna buy gold, a diamond, whatever quantity. Bring it to New York. When I interview them, they are not a buyer. I met them on live video conference. They're asking for commission. I said, oh, I thought you're a buyer. Why you are asking for commission? It's very simple to detect really deceitful. They're deceiving themselves. I easily really get annoyed when first conversation, when I ask the person, how did you find Wilhelmina? Oh, Wilhelmina, I saw you on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, therefore you already understood. Yeah. Wilhelmina, I want to meet you in Brisbane. Yeah. But what else we gonna be discuss? It's already in online. You don't need to meet me in Brisbane because you already see. Just send me the letter of intent, and then you meet me. Then we travel together. That's simple. But these brokers, they are trying to sanitize. That is the reason why buyers and sellers didn't get along with, because there are too many middlemen. Today, 2018, there is no middleman. You see this lady. You click on the below. You see the full corporate offer online. Yeah, that I explained it. But still, you are not really paying attention. You think how much commission, how much profitable. You will get the profit. Show us first, convince me. Before you get the profit, do you have a capital? Do you have a standby capital? Fund in your bank account before you say, well, Amina, do you think I get the profit? Of course you will get the profit. Because we will give you a discount. And then when you resell it 1.5, you still 8% net. But if you're floating around from broker to broker, of course you have to pay your broker. Now, those broker that have really a buyer, I am willing to pay Spanish fee out of my fee, not coming from my seller, because my seller will give a discount to the buyer. The buyer keep the profit. But I don't have leftover. So I really don't need a channel broker. I am very kind and generous to pay you as a referral fee. That is normal. Because in Australia, when I sell properties, when someone introduced to give me a referral, I always buy champagne. I invite the person who give me a referral for dinner. But we are now on the global communication. You bring that real buyer. If you're a broker, I will pay you as a Spanish fee. Once only, not forever. So what will mean? Do I get for continuous? No, you will not. The seller is working so hard. The seller has an overhead. Who are you will get the income forever, sitting down for doing nothing? Well, Amina is working too hard for the seller. I don't get even a commission forever. If my seller will terminate my agreement, I wouldn't get any residual income. So this broker is asking, oh, do I have forever? I said, no, you wouldn't get continuous commission. Once only, Spanish fee. Yeah, fair is fair. Does that make sense now? I think I've already explained to you, but it's still sometimes it irritates me, yeah? Because there's a saying, if you ask a silly question, you will get silly answer. Right, most of this trader ask silly questions. You listen to this lady in front of you. After that, you click below. There is a link. You can see more. What is gold is all about? Why gold will swing? Do you think I'm gonna get profit handsomely when I resell it? Yes, you will. When you resell it to your own customer, you need to ask your end customer what he intend to buy. If your buyer is a refinery, you need to have a refinery account. Now, going back to this refinery, like Emirates in Dubai, when you resell gold to Emirates, you need to apply a refinery account. The refinery will ask my seller's license, my seller's mining license, my seller's information. Right? But before you ask us, you sign a contract first. Because the refinery, if you apply for a refinery account, the Emirates is very, very strict. Would not give you an application. Because they're going to ask a lot of information where the gold coming from. So if you buy gold to sell it to the jewelry manufacturer, you don't need a refinery account. You sell it to the jewelry manufacturer. Yeah. Then the jewelry manufacturer, he will pay you whatever the world price. You are getting a huge discount. You are getting net profit of 8%. On 1 kilo, will give you 10%. You sell it to 2% or 1.5, you get 8.75% per week. But you put your money in the bank a year, 3.5%. Which one you like? You earn per week or per year? You increase that every week. Start a small quantity, right? I already given you a free information, but still you are not really paying attention. You're gonna say, well, Amina, I wanna buy gold, no upfront fee. To me, you are bullshitting, because gold is money. Gold is not a bullshit business, really, to be honest with you. So this woman is really frank and very brutal, right? I receive hundreds and hundreds of email. I don't even bother to open. A minute you're gonna ask CIF, to me you don't have the money. You're gonna say, Wilhelmina, in your letter of intent, Wilhelmina, I wanna buy cash to start with. To start, I wanna buy cash 10 kilos. Here is my proof of fund, Wilhelmina. Do you think you can help me? Yes, I am willing to help you. Wilhelmina, do you think on second shipment, I will increase 50 kilos, 100 kilos. Can I pay the partial? Yes. We will allow you now because you already build your credibility. Because we don't know you. So, Wilhelmina, do you think when first, second, and third shipment, do you think I'm going to pay down payment? Yes. You need to pay partial because that is money and the seller will ensure that. The seller makes sure that you are not going to default the payment. So that's fair. You make a down payment 50%, then the balance paid after final asset. That is fair. Really. To me, it's really standard fair. But if you're going to start a small quantity, 10 kilo, you pay cash. 20 kilo, you pay cash. 50 kilos, you pay cash. Yeah. Or 100 kilos, if you have really money, $1 million, I have one buyer. He showed me the proof of fund. $1 million, yes. It's paying cash. Yeah. That is how it works. But if you're asking CIF is stand for cost and insurance and freight only, to me, you don't have the money. You're going to leverage. You are going to ask my seller to pay everything. It wouldn't work. So you are a gold launderer. You're going to launder to resell it to your own customer, and then your customer will pay you, and then you pay my seller. It wouldn't work at all. You show us first your proof of fund before you get the profit. I hope you understand. This information is vital. My explanation live on YouTube is for your own benefit, for the benefit of my seller and the benefit of the buyer. If you want a long-term, welcome. We are willing to deal with you long-term. If you want to buy gold in Conakry, welcome. If you want to buy gold to Bamako, the more welcome. Right. In Conakry, there's so many investors. There's so many foreigners on the ground crying for gold. Why Canadian is in Conakry? Why Chinese are everywhere in Conakry? Why Indian are there in Conakry? Why? Why Australians are there in Conakry? Why Americans are there in Conakry? Why Middle East in Conakry? Why Americans in Bamako, everywhere in West Africa? Why? Because of gold. Because of diamond. Now, there is a video on gold and diamond on my Facebook. Take time to listen. Don't rush, because this is not a rush business. This is not. This is not a 24-hour business. This is a long-term business. Does that make sense now? Thank you very much for listening to Wilhelmina. Don't be afraid with Wilhelmina. Come on Skype. My email, my Skype, my telephone number is on below. You don't need to be scared. You already meet Wilhelmina. But I don't know you. You come on Skype. I want to see you. Then I will help you to secure gold properly. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good afternoon.